I will show you how I made this into this. Unfortunately, there is no video footage of the steps, as during this process I did not yet have the idea of making this YouTube channel. In the future, there will be more step-by-step building videos, as I have done more repairs, and also we will be getting new reptiles. So this is what I started with, just a pile of wood. First, I've built the floor for the terrarium and used foam boards to insulate it, to prevent cold air from entering the terrarium through the bottom. Next, I built the frame for the terrarium and added the floor panel of the second level in the middle. I cut out a piece from the panel where the ramp would come, making the access point between the terrarium levels possible. And finally, adding the outer panels. Then I used a wood varnish to color the outside of the terrarium brown and also waterproofed the inside. Then it was time to start building the background itself. I fitted foam panels on all the walls and carved out pieces with a hot wire cutter to start forming the ramp. I also used a piece I had already made earlier as the start of the ramp and used spray foam to link and tie everything together. The same steps also applied to the upper level. I carved out the ledges from the foam boards and attached some pieces on the walls with silicone. At this point I also grouted already the inside of the cave on the top floor, as I thought that it's gonna be very difficult to do this later. Next, I added spray foam on all the walls, and then I carved it out with a knife to make more of a rocky appearance. Next, I grouted the walls. In this build, I unfortunately had time only for one layer of thin set mortar, and this actually did end up biting me in the butt later, as I did need to repair a lot of cracks on the walls. I will add a link to the repair video in the description below so you can check it out too. Then I waterproofed the grout and painted it with acrylic paints. This you can also see more in detail in the repair video. I added all the lamps in their places, and as this build is for a bearded dragon, I have heat lamps, UV lamps and LED lamps for both levels. I used less wattage in the lower level, as my idea was to make it slightly cooler than the top one, maximizing the microclimates that the animal can later use. Then I finalized the build by adding all the plants inside. And so, this 2-level terrarium was finished. Originally, I added mesh on the side of the ramp to make sure our bearded dragon could not fall down. Later, however, I removed it entirely, as I found out that our boy loves to climb, and the mesh was totally unnecessary. Hello, welcome. Very soon, we found out that Merlin is a very curious guy, as he really wanted to interact with our dogs. All of these interactions were monitored closely, and if Merlin would have shown any signs of distress, we would have removed the dogs. However, it seems that our Beardy has lost all sense of self-preservation and would always come to the lower level if he saw the dogs. This video is actually from the very first time they saw each other.